Well, hello and welcome to The Spirit Safe. My name is Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Last time I reviewed a whiskey from Lebanon, of all places. But now we're back on slightly more familiar ground, and it's a Laphroaig. And this is about the fourth or fifth Laphroaig I've reviewed on the channel. I've reviewed the standard 10-year-old, the quarter cask, the 18-year-old as well. 10, 18, quarter cask. I think that might be it. So this may be the fourth Laphroaig I've reviewed, and this is the Cairdeas Fino cask finish. This was a 2018 bottling. I've had this since 2018. I picked it up at the Spirit release, I think, and so I've had this on my shelf for 5 years, waiting to get to it. And I paid $94.99 for it back in 2018. I don't know what the price of these Laphroaig Cairdeas bottles is doing nowadays, but I think they've obviously gone up quite a bit in price from that time. So this is non-chill filtered, bottled at 51.8% ABV, and it is non-chill filtered. Natural colour, it doesn't indicate that it's natural colour, it's fairly dark colour, and Laphroaig just love putting E150A, so my guess is it's probably not a natural colour, unfortunately. So this is a Fino cask finish, and Fino being the lightest sherry, it might seem an odd match because Laphroaig being a very peated whiskey, you might assume that the sherry would struggle to make its mark when it's such a peated whiskey. Not like if you tried it with a PX or Oloroso sherry, it would make its mark much quicker. But the Fino being lighter, you would think it might have a struggle on its hands. So let's see what we have. And actually, it's a lovely marriage here because it's just wonderful to see the two halves. The sherry has not obliterated the peatiness, far from it, and the peatiness is not rendering the light sherry completely redundant either. Now it's a classic Laphroaig with that creosote, phenolic peat nose, but it's moderated by extra fruit, particularly apricot jam. You've got coal tar, bonfire smoke, creosote, just with that extra dimension. Barbecue sauce, applewood smoke, kind of burned out bonfire. But then there's a bit of strawberry, raspberry, apple strudel, tiramisu. Almost a rye spice or an aftershave type. Spicy kind of perfume note, mandarin oranges, salted caramel, a little bit of fresh mint. Palate, lovely acidity with a lot of salinity, a lot of salt going on there. The peat is very much apparent on the palate. It's not quite as sweet as the nose would suggest. It's got a spirit bite. It's got it's very salty, and it's got a very nice bitter lemon or just citrusy mouthfeel. Pleasant sourness, slight bitterness, just a kind of waxy mouthfeel as well. The Fino sherry is giving it a bit more body, it's giving it that waxy mouthfeel. I will give this a good spoonful because I've poured myself a very big dram there. And this takes water relatively well. Oh, lovely ashiness. Oaks coming through. It's bringing that salinity out much more. A light perfume, jiving with the creosote, a greenish cucumber. Some fudge, cigar smoke, mixed dried fruits, dried apricots, raisins, currants, a fresh pineapple, candied pineapple, nice hickory smoke, honey, and grapefruit. And again, the salinity inside the nostrils. You know that this is a Laphroaig. The mouthfeel, really quite waxy and dense. Juicy, citrusy, peaty. It also has a kind of citrusy dryness, a bitter lemon, malt extract with some citrus, the phenolic smoke, the sea salt, the big burst of salinity, sour apple, cranberry, all mixing with the phenolic peat smoke. And the finish, sea salt, white pepper, toffee, cigar smoke in a big way, barbecue, buttered popcorn, and cayenne pepper. So this is really very good, and it's an unlikely pairing that has worked quite well. I doubt you'll be able to find this in retail now. You'd probably be looking on auction sites for it. I don't know whether it's commanding a premium now. It may be, it may not be. There are some slightly mixed reviews of this actually, but I have enjoyed it, and I would look for other Cairdeas bottlings. It's a shame it's taken me 5 years to get round to this one. I've been sort of saving it for the right time, but I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I got to try it, and yeah, there'll be more Laphroaig on the channel without a doubt. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review. Let me know if you tried this one in particular. I'd love to know what you thought, and join me again in a couple of weeks. I might have something from a new distillery or something from a very unusual country again. So I'm trying to do a couple of those before the end of the year. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the review, and see you again soon. Cheers. Goodbye.